If you love decorating your home on a budget, I have all new Dollar Tree DIYs to share with you, and they definitely look high-end. One of my favorite things to do is look on high-end websites like Pottery Barn and see what decor items they have and recreate them with Dollar Tree items. So when I saw these coffee table trays, I knew I could definitely recreate these with Dollar Tree items. So from Dollar Tree, I picked up a large plastic tray. I also got another plastic plate and then some other plates they had in the party section. I only wanted 3 trays, but I actually ended up making 4 because I wasn't sure exactly what heights I wanted to use. Now for the base of these plates, I was going to use these wooden dowels. Now these originally were probably from Walmart, but I've had them for so long in my craft room, I just used the ones I already had. For each of my trays, I'm going to use 3 legs as a base. So I used my miter saw to cut down 3 so they were the exact same height. Now, as you can see from the Pottery Barn picture, this tray had varying heights, so I kind of just staggered the heights. I knew I wanted the larger tray to be the smallest, and then I staggered the other heights as well. Once I got all of my wood pieces cut, I'm going to use a combination of E6000 and hot glue to attach them to the bottom of my trays, and I put the legs on in a triangle formation on the underside of my tray. I let that dry completely, and then I came in with my spray paint. It was kind of this bluish green color. I love the way this color looks, and I got this spray paint at Home Depot. So I'm gonna spray the underside of my tray. I actually did 1 coat on the bottom. Once that dried, I flipped it over and I did 2 coats on the top. Now, I still was spray painting 4 trays because I figured I would just make all 4 and then figure out which ones I wanted to use. I wanted to give the edges a little bit of definition, so I used a black rub and buff color and just took a foam brush and put that all around the edges. That was really easy to do, but I think it gave it a little bit of definition. I picked the 3 that I wanted to use and I laid them out in the center of my coffee table and styled them with decor I already had on hand. I want to thank Care Of for sponsoring today's video. If you're not familiar with Care Of is a subscription service that ships high quality, personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders conveniently to your door every month. So how does Care Of work? You're going to go to their website and take a short, in-depth quiz that's going to ask you questions about your lifestyle and health goals. Now, based on your recommendations, you can then order the ones that work for you, and then Care Of is going to send your supplements in these individual packages, which I love. So all you have to do is take one of the packets out. All 6 of my supplements are in here. I can take them in the morning and I don't have to worry about it. If I have a busy morning, I can grab them, take them in the car with me, and I make sure I get my supplements in for the day. The vitamins I'm taking this month are a multivitamin, vitamin C, fish oil, and a probiotic. The Care Of packaging is plant-based compostable film, so it has less of an impact on the environment. For me, it's important to take my supplements. I always feel better, and I feel like because I'm around kids all the time, it just helps me to stay healthy and feel my best. This time around, when I took the quiz, I was recommended the chia flax powder. This is gonna be great to add into my smoothies for some added health benefits. My favorite protein powder that we've been using now for a couple of years is the chocolate whey protein from Care Of. I'm just gonna put 1 scoop in here. I'm also gonna add in a scoop of the chia flax. I'll put a little bit of water in here and blend it up. Now, if you guys are interested in trying out Care Of, I'm gonna put the link down in the description box, and you can actually get 50% off your first order if you try Care Of. Go to takecareof.com and enter in my code LizFenwickDIY50. That's takecareof.com, and my code is LizFenwickDIY50. Hands down, I would have to say the most popular item right now at Dollar Tree are their beaded wreaths. If you can get your hands on these, definitely pick some up. I went ahead and picked up 3 of them when I was shopping at Dollar Tree, and I thought they would make a cool wall art piece. Dollar Tree also carries yarn, so I have 2 colors of yarn that just fit in well with my home decor. I went with a dark blue and a dark green. So on the beaded wreaths, there's an area where it has kind of like a metal closure. So I started at the metal closure and I counted up on either side to be 11 beads on either side. Then my first yarn that I was going to use was this dark blue yarn, and I hot glued it up to 11 beads. I did that on one side, brought it over and hot glued it on the other side. Then I began wrapping the beads around that 11th bead on both sides. I added in hot glue as needed because I wanted to essentially cover the entire bead. Once I did that, I hot glued it on the back and cut off any excess. Then I counted up 2 more beads and I came in with my green yarn, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Hot gluing on one side, then hot gluing on the other, continuing to wrap it and adding in additional hot glue. I cut off the excess when I got to the end of my green yarn. I repeated these steps with my other 2 beaded wreaths, doing them the exact same way. Now to finish these off so that I would be able to hang them on the wall, I had some faux leather twine. I'm gonna be using the gray color, and I just tied it together in a knot. I'm going to loop it through. Then to hang these on the wall, I'm just going to be using some clear command hooks. You can get these in a variety of sizes. I'm gonna add those to the wall. Now, when I started to add them to the wall, I realized my strings were a little bit too long, so I just tied them a bit shorter. And here's how this wall art turned out. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Comment the word of the day, which is DIY. I would say that glassware is one of the easiest things to recreate with Dollar Tree items. So I found this set of glass containers on Crate and Barrel's website. And then I went to Dollar Tree and I found these round glasses that I picked up. I also got some others that were in more of a smaller shape and picked those up for this next DIY. One of my least favorite things to do is remove Dollar Tree sticky labels. So I did that first. And then I also washed all the glasses so that they were nice and crystal clear. Once I got all that done, I put the 3 larger ones so they were facing upside down, so the bottoms of them were facing up. Then I'm gonna use E6000 on the base. Now, whenever you put E6000 on anything, you wanna make sure you let it dry overnight because it takes a while to cure. And then I'll put the smaller glass on top. I'll repeat those steps with the other 2 vases. You could put anything in these. If you wanted to put candles, you could. I decided I wanted to add a little bit of greenery. So I had these white rocks from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna put those in the top. And then I had these little sprigs of eucalyptus that I'm just going to add to the top of each of my glass jars. And here's how they look as a grouping of 3. I really don't like to spend a lot of money on bathroom accessories, but I definitely want to have that high-end look. I found this set on Pottery Barn's website and I really love the stone texture to it. You can definitely recreate that with Dollar Tree items. So I picked up a soap dish, a soap container, and a glass jar that I thought would work perfectly as a toothbrush holder. Now I'm gonna start with spray painting these, which is kind of like a chocolatey brown color. I spray painted the underside, and then I flipped them over and did 2 coats on the top. Once that dried completely, I came in with a special spray paint. This is like a stone textured spray paint. And if you guys are having trouble finding your spray paints, I actually picked this one up at Home Depot. I feel like Home Depot has a really large selection of spray paints, so that's a good store to keep in mind if you're not able to find these spray paints at maybe your local Walmart. With this stone spray, you want to use very minimal, but you're just going to spray maybe one coat on each side of your piece. If you want it to have more of that stone texture, you could always go back in and add additional. And you want to let this dry the same way you would your spray paint. Once everything was dried, I put the lid back on and styled it in my bathroom. If you'd like to watch more DIY videos, I actually have a second channel called Liz Fenwick Daily, where I post short videos daily. So that's a great channel to check out, and I'd love for you to subscribe. I always love a unique planter, and when I saw these wood planters on Crate & Barrel's site, I knew I could recreate them. So at Dollar Tree, they have several wood pieces that you can pick up. I found these 4 larger ones, and then I also found a pack of wood pieces. So this is going to allow me to create 2 different planter sizes. Since the wood pieces are already cut out, you don't have to worry about cutting them out, and they're in the shape of a square. So I'm gonna use a combination of E6000 and hot glue. The E6000 is going to give me a long-lasting hold, but that hot glue is going to give me that immediate hold so that my box will stay in place. So I'm going to add E6000 to the back side of one of the squares, and then I'm going to try to add in the 2 side pieces along the edge. Then I'll add the same E6000 and hot glue to the back piece, and then I'll put it on the back, creating 4 sides to my planter box. I'll also do that with the smaller side as well. Now, to mimic that look of that fluted texture that you see on the Crate & Barrel ones, I went to Lowe's and picked up this piece of trim. It's kind of like a fluted trim piece. They sell it at most of the big box stores. So with my fluted trim piece, I just measured it out so that it was the length of my box. And I needed to cut 4 pieces, so I had a piece for each of the sides. So I cut it out in the morning. Actually, I think I had my husband cut it out before I was getting ready to run out the door in the morning. But I needed 4 pieces for the larger box and 4 pieces for the smaller box. And then all I'm going to do to attach them is use, again, that combination of E6000 hot glue, and I'll put it on the front side and then on each of my sides. I did measure to make sure I was getting it centered up on the first one, but then for the rest of them, I just, kind of eyeballed it to get it in the center. And I did that for both of the boxes. You can add in a real plant or a faux plant. Here's how it looks in my living room. One of the things I love about Anthropologie is all of their colorful items. When I saw these colorful trays, I wanted to try to recreate them. So I picked up 2 trays at Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna start by spray painting them. I chose to spray paint one of them in a metallic gold, and the other one I went in with this deep burgundy color. I picked up this packet of floral wrapping paper on Amazon, and I thought it would be perfect to add that colorful element inside the tray. So I figured a blue one for the dark red, and then this pink one I was going to use with the gold. So I just cut off a section of the wrapping paper. Then to cut it out, I just set my tray on top, and then I used a pen to draw around my tray. I'm gonna roughly cut it out, and then I'm gonna set it in the middle of my tray. From there, I'm going to cut it down so it fits perfectly. I didn't really have a great solution for the square one, but I just cut it down till it was the right size, and I curved around the edges. To add it to my tray, I put some Mod Podge onto my tray and used a foam brush to kind of spread that out evenly. I placed the paper down on top and I let that dry completely. Now to seal it, you can come in with an additional layer of Mod Podge over the top. Now with my other one, I traced around the edges and cut that out. Then I actually went around with my fingernail and made kind of an indentation and then cut that out so I could get a perfect cut. Now don't worry, you can always cut more if you need to. And then you can use these trays for anything. They make great decorative trays. You can also use them in your closet for all of your jewelry. When I saw this pretty little dish on Pottery Barn's website, I knew that I had seen something similar in shape at Dollar Tree. They actually have these incense containers, so I picked up one of those, and then I'm just going to use some wood filler to fill in where the incense stick would go. Let that dry completely. If you need to add an additional coat, you can do that. And then I wanted it to have a really mirrored finish, so I found this mirrored spray paint at Home Depot, and I'm gonna spray a layer on the underside, let that dry completely, and then I did 2 coats on the front side. That was all I needed to do to this little trinket tray. This is perfect to put by your sink. You could put your rings or your jewelry on it. All right, it's your turn to vote. I'd love to know which DIY I showed you today was your favorite. Let me know down in the comments which of these DIYs you prefer. And don't forget to try that project you've always wanted to try. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Make sure you subscribe because I want to see you back here. Bye.